Hi everyone, it's Brittany, and today I'm doing a video for my Val Garland School of Makeup class through Mastered. And today's brief is the Vivienne Westwood Politicians Are Criminals. It's for her Spring-Summer 2016 campaign. So I will be doing two different looks. The first look is the end user, like your average consumer, who has to deal with the ramifications of the politicians. So, and then the other look is for the political class. So when I first got this project, I wanted to go into a lot of the Greek debt crisis, Angela Merkel, kind of more Euro politics. But as I started thinking about it more and more, and then I got a vision of doing something that's a little bit more close to my heart and a little bit more relevant in the U.S., and that is GMOs and crop modifications. And that cause is really important to my heart. My family's farmed for over 6 generations, so we are farmers. And when I was in 4th or 5th grade, I wrote a paper for my cousin, April, for school, and it was about BT corn. And, you know, at that time it was supposed to really be something magical and fantastic, and it was made by Monsanto. And so it was, you know, all of this new agri science and all these types of things. And what turned out is that our food now is full of chemicals, and especially our corn, our wheat, and our soy products, they are loaded with GMOs and all those types of things. And so this, the one normal person look is all about GMOs. This is kind of my idea sheet talking about the incidence of autoimmune diseases rising in the US and in Canada. I linked it to slowly poisoning the population, similarly like what Cortez did with the Incas, disease blankets given to the Native Americans, and the poor suffer because a lot of our GMO crops are shipped to third world countries. So these people, yes, they're starving, yes, they need food, but they're getting food that's laced with chemicals that have who knows what sort of ramifications. And it's basically the millions versus millions of dollars. So it's millions of people saying no to GMO versus Monsanto's deep pockets. So the whole looks theme I'm going for, I'm calling is Roundup Ready, which Roundup is one of the most well-known Monsanto products. It's actually a pesticide, but what they do is they spray it on, and I think it's insecticide too. There's so many different properties of it, but they spray it, for example, on wheat to try to get it to die, and so it'll die and then blow out more you know, wheat berries basically that you can harvest and get milled into flour. So it's totally violating the whole growth cycle of the plant and causing all these other kind of genetic modifications in the plants. And of course, due to nature and natural evolution, the plants are getting more and more resilient, as well as the pests and the bugs and all these types of things. So we're ended up having to put more and more chemicals on our farms and destroying our topsoil and all these types of things. So for the politicians being criminals, Vivienne has kind of came up with this juxtaposition of signs and different things. And so those really resonated with me. And I bought this book several years, or maybe 2 years now. And, you know, as a makeup artist, I'm very passionate about learning everything. I love history. I'm 2 credits short of a history major, and I was an econ major in school, so just business, econ, and my family's also been in the beauty industry for 4 generations, so, you know, I just love it all. So this book is absolutely fantastic. I recommend it for any makeup artist. But when I saw Vivienne symbols, and it reminded me of the symbols that they would use in the 1650s. So back in the 1650s, they would actually the rich, the bourgeoisie, would actually put different patches on their face. They would range from stars, eclipses like moons, circles, and they were to cover pimples or other things. And then it became, since face painting was very big at that time too, they started to do, one of the most ridiculous ones was like a horse-drawn carriage, which you can kind of see here in the image. And so those really spoke to me, because the hardest thing that we have with our government in the US, and probably most governments in Europe, first world country governments, is that you don't know who's bought who. And so my criminal look, my politician look, is to kind of be able to use those beauty marks as kind of similar to like branding cattle, so who bought them and all those types of things. And since it was like the upper bourgeoisie who wore those, and they love painting their faces and all of that back then. And so I kind of relate this to sort of how politicians are now. You know, you have this big Puritan movement at this time to try to like outlaw makeup, period, and thinking it's, you know, the practice of a lewd and wicked woman, like a Jezebel, is what the Puritans are quoted in saying here. And so, you know, and then you have all these people who are just running it for masquerade and for show. So, which I think is very relevant to our political times right now, because, you know, there's a huge fight between the Washington establishment in the US and the people. So this is kind of, you know, them being okay calling out their criminality and thinking that they're above it all, and being proud of who they're branded with and all those types of things. So those are the two concepts I'm going for with the looks. I will be filming them without audio, so you guys can kind of see how I go through the process and everything. I have some unique things I'm working with this time. I have lovely corn stock, and this is not organic corn, so it is GMO. And, you know, there is a difference between genetically modified and like hybrids. So, you know, a hybrid is when you cross two plants with another. GMOs is where they could take something from non-plants and splice the DNA and create something. So, and I decided to use corn because that's what my family grows. They do not use GMO seeds. And my mom detasseled corn, and being from Wisconsin, it's a huge part of our lifestyle and everything else like that. And I really loved kind of like the end of the tassel, the texturing, and the lip for the innocence for us consumers. It's going to be a little bit blue, because this is what corn looks like when you buy it at the grocery store. But the seeds that get planted in the ground, if they're not GMO seeds, if they're GMO seeds, they're more like this electric blue from Makeup Forever. So, you know, that's not even real corn anymore. It's electric blue neon corn. So that's kind of where I'm getting that concept from. So I hope you enjoy watching the process, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the end. Bye. Hi everyone, it's Brittany. So here's my completed look for the Innocents. And so this actually is corn silk for my eyebrows. And then I wadded up the corn silk and put it in the Senna palette, that burnt color right there. It reminds me a lot of the red dirt in Texas, and so that was my inspiration for that. And then for the eye, I did kind of a very sort of neutral, like soft, pretty, and there's my corn stalks, and then I just kind of let the silk drape over, and then you can see like the texture, and I wanted to give it that really like dirt look on the face. And then I put on a really light lip color, and in the Senna palette, this one. And then I took my Makeup Forever Flash palette and made a mix of the blue and the turquoise, and then I painted the cornstalk and did kind of a print pattern. Originally I just wanted to keep it on my lips, but I was really starting to channel, because this girl is very innocent, she's youthful, you know, kind of the innocence of American people. They don't really know what they're eating. There's no labeling requirements, anything like that. So since, you know, we are so youthful, I wouldn't say ignorant, we just don't know. No one's telling us, and we're not getting the truth. So, you know, and when you're very young and you're eating and you're just trusting what's being given to you by your parents or whomever, you know, you get food all over your face. So that kind of inspiration came from my son, and I thought about how he would eat corn. And so there's the print markings all over my face. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot this now and give you kind of a close-up of the brow. I really like the movement of it, and you know, it holds really well. I think it would be something very unique and creative on the runway, and then something really magical that you could take a picture of. So that's it for right now. So here's the first look, and I'll go ahead and shoot it now. Bye. Hi, it's Brittany, and this is part 2 of the Vivienne Westwood Val Garland brief, Politicians Are Criminals. So this is the criminal element. The first look I did was about the innocence of us as consumers, or us as the non-bourgeoisie political class. So this look is going to be kind of a two-faced look, really. So one side kind of one half of the face be sort of like American politician, and then the other half is kind of like who they're buying from. And so to go back to this book and what they did in 1650 with the markings, I have taken sparkle craft foam and X-Acto knife logos out of it rather. And so this is a version of the Monsanto logo, and then this is BSAF. They have 2 dots, they have 2 squares, and then I might do the red lip to symbolize DuPont and everyone else. So I'm trying to hit up like the big 3 chemical companies, and red for Bayer as well too, because Bayer is one of the also very large chemical companies that are responsible for the GMOs and putting all the pesticides and chemicals like in our food, in our lawns, in our food supply, in our water supply, everything else like that. So I am going to go ahead and get started on this look, and I will catch you at the end. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, it's Brittany, and this is my second look for Vivienne Westwood, Politicians Are Criminals. So we have the BASF logo right here, the Monsanto logo, and so my politician of reference right here is more like John Boehner, masculine, over tanned, bad spray tan, and so I did kind of a more masculine contouring on my face, little Adam's apple in there, and then the red symbolizes like the chemical or the payment or the bloodthirstiness of politicians to get the money from these companies. So it's, you know, they talk their poison, they smell it like a drug, you know, it comes in their eyes, and they also hear the poison. So all sensory experiences are related to their greed and their corruption and their poisoning. So I decided to kind of make it look like they had taken a line of coke, and then kind of almost like they're like zombie-like, they're unliving, and do kind of like beat up, dead, decaying skin. And then a little bit of the red lip goes over, so that's like symbolizing them basically when things slip out occasionally. So they work very hard to keep this part covered and only show this side of their face. But as you move, you can tell it's very almost difficult to keep that covered. So they only can show one side to the public. And then this is what's hiding underneath. So I hope you like the look. Get a little bit closer so you can see some of the masculine. I guess I'd make a okay man. And then there's the ear. And my poor son, Eric, I'm going to have to go pick him up from Montessori school, and he's 3. So luckily mommy's makeup never scares him, but you know, this is quite the thing you'd pick up your son at school with. So I need to go shoot it quick so I can take it off and go get him. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this transformation. Bye.